Good evening, traders. It is 3rd of August, post-closed. This is MR Strategies, and I am Michael Rabinowitz. Just following up on today's session, and you can see how well this session played out to the analysis that I provided with you guys last night, telling you to pay attention towards any approach of this 18MA that's sitting underneath us. And yet again, the market continues to prove a valuable point about how price is going to react towards these moving averages and what it's going to tell you about the trend and the bull trend. And until we breach this area, the market is going to stay in this bull trend extreme phase, an accelerating phase, as it continues to try to make higher highs. And it's fine. I think the beauty of today's session was is having the opportunity to get the long. Instead of having to watch this market gap higher and giving you those difficult opportunities from those higher levels and or having to wait for it to come down to an area that better suits, you know, our interest in terms of fair value towards getting on board to the trend. This is as good as it gets. This was a phenomenal trade in a significant location, and they don't get any better than this, traders. This is exactly why I trade it the way I do and why I emphasize it. And they don't, like I said, it just doesn't come any better than this. In fact, I think when I went live and I showed you how this played out, and when we were after we finalized this bottoming process here at the MA, which was right there, you can see price tapped it. S1 was there. We talked about it last night, saying pay attention to any reversal long opportunities, and lo and behold, you got it, and really good. In fact, I was still editing my videos, and I was watching this little chop around, and I talked about how there should be a pullback, and how most likely we'll cover at the time was 73 half, and it's pretty interesting how that became support. In fact, even while I was on, I took this long here because I took advantage of this double bottom, and I did make some good money on this as well. I got stopped out as usual because I'm always looking for more. So I raised. I had a trailing stop on this one, and you know what? I pretty much had I stayed in the game, you can just see, and I don't know what triggered this at 10:30. I didn't even realize this time Europe was closing, and you could just see. Look what they did. Look at that ran. Look at that run up, and off they went. So, you know, not only was it an area of significance, but they ran away from it completely, and they closed them actually almost near their contract highs. I think they almost got up to, uh, yeah, they got up to 18, a little shy of it. So I mean, the market continues to impress to the upside. And the game plan is take advantage of every opportunity that you get in terms of a confirmation to the upside, and hopefully it's from a location. And I don't know how this is going to pan out. Uh, I would most likely, well, actually, it's actually lower. The pivot's all the way down to 4,400. So, and 43.96 is the 9MA, or actually, I take it back. It's 40 almost 4,400, which is the pivot. This is a 9MA, so you're going to want to watch this. If we're really going to explode and make a run for this contract high, I got to believe the pivot's going to be the closest. We should hold this price. I don't think we should be going underneath it. If this move was legit and they're trying to try to say something, then we should hold the pivot and take off from the pivot tomorrow. We're just going to see how this plays out overnight. Once again, the market pushed itself all the way to the extremes, and this is kind of just normal, profit taken, and they're going to probably wait till the morning and take another crack at this. You can see right here the double bottom, right at that low of 65, and that's going to be the number you're going to want to pay attention to if we ever roll over to the downside, because there's room to roll down here. But until then, the bull trend stays stays intact, and you can see the Dow punched through both their MAs, and then after everything was done and said, they made a low at 34,630, and look at that close. They closed them all the way above the moving averages. Oil still sitting underneath theirs, and you can see the Nasdaq just closed above the moving averages and this trend line. I don't know if this was if I had this trend line all along, and if I did, it surely provide a significant bottom right there, and I wasn't even paying attention to the Nasdaq. So that intraday low right there was the trend line, let alone underneath the 18 MA. So once again, price all the way across the board is holding on and maintaining the trend to the upside, and just keep taking advantage of it. That's all we can do. Today was a great trade. It was a great session. I love those when you get everything falls in line. You get a shakeout, a push through price, a bottoming out at a significant MA. And I think when you watch it live, you can just see how they fought it down there, but they never caved in. And from there, the game on to the upside. So this is Tuesday, and we'll see what happens overnight, and we'll take a look at this in the morning. There's not much to provide right now. I've given you two pretty solid sessions, what to expect, how to take advantage of this trading range. You got a nice short on Monday, and you got a good long today. You actually had a couple longs, but I missed this leg, and I just kind of let it do its thing. I lost interest after that. I didn't see anything that really, once they got above R1, that was it, and I just kind of backed off. They didn't even provide any retracements back down. That was all she wrote. They got going, and off they went. And you can see right here was the big turn at about a little after 10:30, and they just was when they got above the MA. You can see the 15 MAs are sitting right here. Price stayed below it, got to it, and off they went. They just ran away from it. So hope you guys are trading well. I hope this analysis for any of you future traders is working. And feel free to reach out to mlbino@aol.com. I'll be glad to answer any questions and or concerns you might have about trading these particular indexes. Have a great night.